Well, what is going on, Junior Youth? I'm so excited that you are here, decided to join us for Junior Youth Online today. If you don't know me, my name is Wyatt, and I am the Youth Director here at Calvary Church. I am so stoked that you're here and deciding to join us for our series called God Talk. If you've been around for the past couple weeks, you know that we've been looking at a few different big questions that people tend to ask regarding Christianity. The first one we talked about, is God real? And we gave 3 pieces of evidence for why I believe and why a lot of people believe God is to be real. The second point that we talked about is Jesus. Is Jesus real? Was he a real human? And how do we know that Jesus is gone or is God? And again, we gave a few different points of evidence for why Jesus was real and why he was God. And one of the big points that we said about Jesus is that the Bible is one of the most trustworthy historical sources that we have, and it talks so much about Jesus. And now we're going to talk about why the Bible is historically accurate. Why can we trust the Bible? Why is it a book that we know is speaking the truth? And that is a fantastic question. We have a lot of things, but for this point, it's hard to focus on the whole Bible. We'd be talking forever on why the Bible is trustworthy. But we are going to focus primarily on the Gospels, the first 4 books of the Bible. Why are the Gospels trustworthy? And I'm going to be talking about 4 different pieces of evidence why I believe that the Bible is trustworthy. The first one is that there are no internal contradictions, okay? These 4 tests you can use for any historical book, right? And one of them is that there is no internal contradiction. So in each of the Gospels, they do not contradict each other. A lot of people say that they do. A lot of people say, well, they're talking about different things, and maybe certain things about like order of events are different, and that's true. But those are not contradictions. Those are differences, and there are differences among the Gospels, but none of them contradict each other. So there are no contradictions in any of the 4 Gospels. The second point is that so many people, we have so many Greek manuscripts of the New Testament. The New Testament that we have now is based on over 5,000 Greek manuscripts or pieces of manuscripts, right? So we have these things, and they were found from the 2nd century to the 11th century. So all the parts of the Bible that we know and the Gospels all took place in roughly the 1st century. So we don't have any manuscripts from the 1st century, but all of the Gospels would have been written in 2nd century and later. And that's where we have manuscripts or pieces of manuscripts, over 5,000. And greater than that, we have over 13,000 quotes from all of these kind of church fathers that are quoting the Bible, quoting verses from the Bible. It's said that there are only 11 verses that were not quoted by church fathers throughout the whole Bible. So that's another reason why we know that the Bible is trustworthy. The other point that we know it's historically accurate and that it's historically trustworthy is that it's archaeologically sound, right? There was a lot of evidence of archaeological finds that prove that the Bible is true. So one of them is that we look at the Bible and it's talking about real places. We're talking about Bethlehem, Rome, there's Corinth, which we know is a real place in the Mediterranean. There's all of these different places, Greece. These are real places, right? This is archaeologically sound. It's talking about real places. It's not just making up all of these different places. All of these places are real, and all of these places actually took place. The Bible is archaeologically sound. So to recap, we know that the Bible is true because, one, the Bible is based on a bunch of different manuscripts. 2, there are no internal contradictions. I think I said the internal contradictions one first, so there's no internal contradictions. It is archaeologically sound, and the last part is that there are so many manuscripts that confirm the things of the Bible to be true. Now, there are a bunch of different other reasons. Those are just kind of my top 3 evidence for why I believe that the Bible is true and that we can trust it as a historically accurate book. If you have more ideas or if you have any more questions, please let me know. You can email them or put them in the comments of this YouTube video, and I'd love to answer them for you. Before you go, I just want to remind you, 1, we do in-person junior youth services every single Sunday. So 9 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. we do in-person services. I would love to see you there. I would love to meet you. And the other thing that we do is every Friday night we do services. So from 7 to 9 p.m. every single Friday, we do youth service. So when you're in grades 6 to 12, we would love to see you there. We eat snacks, we play games, we worship together. I would love to meet you. We have a whole leadership team that would just love to meet you or see you there. All right, that's everything I have for you. Let me pray for you before you head out. Dear God, thank you for this time where we can come together and we can learn more about you. Thank you that you've given us a book that is trustworthy, that is historically accurate, that we can read and we can know that it is true. God, we thank you so much for your love and your grace and your mercy. We love you so much. In your name I pray. Amen. Awesome, guys. Thank you for joining me online today.